So I'm going to show you what I put into my checked bags. Outside of your basic clothing, pants, shirts, etc. So let's get on going with this. So first off, there is quite a bit, but I'll try and go into some of it. So you have your toothbrush protectors. I don't always use these, but I try to. Good to have sunglasses, and I have these really compact ones that I got from a promotion sometime. An umbrella, hopefully you don't need it, but you never know. Same with a flashlight. Do make sure it works. If it's lithium ion or anything, it's not going, like, you're not going to be able to bring that into your checked. You're going to have to put the batteries into your carry-on. Then I have other things like extra tissue paper. I have my photo duck that I use to take some unique photos at each place because he's got his little palm trees. Spare pair of glasses if you're a glasses wearer. Hopefully, again, you don't need them, but if for any reason you lose them, it is good to have a spare pair. In this case, mine have a sunglasses attachment to them as well. Continuing on, my husband and I like to take baths, especially me. So this is, especially if you're in a place like Cuba where things are still getting fixed, this is a quick little plug to put into your bathtub that is universally sized. You just kind of press it down. I always have these. They're from the dollar store so that you can say where you're going. But more recently, I've been using these and then cutting these up and putting it in there so I can continue to have them safe from weather. Continuing on, these are usually on our luggage just so that we can distinguish our luggage. Even if you have something unique like our white shells that you've seen in earlier videos, if somebody else does have it, the chances of them having a white bag and a orange clasp is low, so higher chance. I'll get into the two bags after. But I also have a beach towel, rarely used, but it's nice to have in case there isn't any spots to sit. A throw over for the swimsuits. And then I always bring a fanny pack. I know they're not cool, but at least you don't get anything swiped on you. You put them through your belt loops. And then in my case, in there while we pack, is my GoPro alternative. It's not a GoPro, but all of the bits outside of the battery are in here. The battery was what was in my carry-on video. And then it's good to have a universal charger. We have two varieties. Tend to use this guy, but this one works too. Depending on where you're going, depends on which piece you use. You got to figure out each one individually, but this one is a nicer one and more compact. So comes out, it even says on the side, are you going to USA? Are you going to the UK? Are you going to anywhere else? So you can usually figure out which one you need based off of that. So I really like this guy. I always have a day bag with me so that if we're going out, we have an easy area to put that in, or if we're going to the beach, there's a nice spot to put our drinks, our towels, etc. Usually bring some floaties and then a pump that I don't have here at the moment to pump it up and also to make them as small as possible when you're done using them. We like to bring some games, always cribbage, maybe another card game after, but the smaller the board, the better. So really like this one in that it folds in half. Forgot to mention with the other tags that say where I'm going, I have other tags hidden away that have my home address. So as we're going back, we can show where we're going in case anything gets lost. But on to what was in the medical bag here. I always keep some extra baggies, which I didn't show earlier, just to bring some stuff home. We have our, I can't easily show it, but toothpick picks. We have bandages. We have toothpicks for people like me who have the retainers in their mouths permanently. I have rehydrant, which I say is super, super, super important. Hopefully you don't need it, but if you do need it and don't have it, it's not always easily attainable. To that point, when we went to Spain, we had something like that, did not have the rehydrant. Thankfully, Spain is good, so we did get some. However, trying to speak in there and figure out how to use these when it's all Spanish was harder. I have clippers, tweezers, corkscrew, not really medical, but good to have, bandages, water specific, little piece of Helo tape thanks to a friend. So if I'm having a blister, this helps to prevent it from going over. Thank you. Q-tips, and this is a multi-tool I got many years ago, but it is a screwdriver. This is especially important for glasses wearers so that they can fix their glasses if anything happens. My 2 bags. So one of them is filled with liquids and one of them is filled with medical supplies. So we'll go into that. So here we have all the liquids that were in the other bag, mainly liquids. So in here I'll have important things like icy hot in case you pull a muscle, shaving cream, not really my thing, but needed for my husband, Tide stick in case of a emergency, aloe vera in case of a bad sunburn. I have a few disposable razors. I had another one in the other bag that's cute, but I don't always find it useful. We don't need 2 of those. We have Glide, like your hand cream, just in case of skin breakage. Lip chap that is SPF, so a comb. This is something I use for headaches. Most people won't have that. Some bubble bath, because like I said, I like to have a bath when I'm down there. And then another important one is, I'm going to hide all of this, but if you have a medication, like I do here for my eczema, make sure you keep the tag on it so that they can see the name, the prescription, and its number so that they know this isn't something you're stowing away. In this case, it's not too much of a concern when you're dealing with a cream like this, but if you have other prescriptive drugs, just make sure you have your prescription tag. I forgot to explain what this was. So this is so my husband can bring his 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner down, because he likes that better than a lot of the hotel stuff. I don't mind the hotel stuff, but it is nice to have this in case they don't provide it. So he'll fill this up with what he wants. He'll put it in a Ziploc bag, and then we'll put it in our liquids bag. And then I also have snorkeling gear, so I don't bring fins. They take too much space, but we have our masks, our water shoes that I keep in a bag because they are sandy as heck, and then a snorkeling vest. It's not pretty, but it does do a good job of making sure I don't drown, especially as I'm trying to snorkel. So you can stay afloat, and hopefully your mask doesn't get any salt water in it. So this was something that I just started adding as of a couple of years ago, and I can't go without it now. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show how I've packed all of this and my clothes into a medium-sized bag. Usually we bring a medium and a large, and in some cases we will do that, but it's 2 people, so that makes sense. What I'm going to exclude because of size is the extra shoes that I tend to bring. I will bring 1 nice pair and then sandals, and then I wear my runners. Yeah, and that will be about it. I might end up removing one of the snorkel masks because, again, I'm pretending I am 1 person, not 2, and we'll see how that goes. I'll show you in the end how I did it, and I'll speak to it very quickly. So as you can see, I did get everything in here with the exception of the straps because those go around at the very end. But I pack it in quite well. So, you know, here's my tub, here's my shoes, here's my water shoes, my sunglasses, my games. Under these guys is the extra bags, the snorkeling, the umbrella. So I do make sure it's all in one side. The only piece of clothing here is that throw over. If I end up with any jewelry or makeup, I'll put it in here, or just my toothbrushes, and then my go home tag is in there too. And then on this side is clothes for a full week with extra, including a dress for the a la carte if you're at an all-inclusive, so that I have something a little fancier, some pajamas. I don't have a pair of jeans in here simply because I don't have those out at this time, but they would fit right here. And then here is space for the nicer shoes and or sandals. So there's still space in here for me to do that. And remember, I'm packing extra clothes here. You don't have to, because half of my clothes are in my carry-on in case this gets lost. On top of all of this, when we're done, I have 2 female Hawaiian shirts, which are hard to find, but they are tailored on the side. So I will put these on top without the hangers, so that they don't get all wrinkled or anything. I can roll them, and I have rolled them. They don't get wrinkly this way. I just find that they are nicer if they get to sit on top. It's not like we can iron or anything there. There's no guarantee. And then last thing I didn't show, because I didn't plan this as well as I had hoped, is I will usually bring a power fan or a hand fan, or both. I don't have a power fan on me at this point because I gave it to the resort staff while I was there last, but I will be purchasing a USB fan in case the AC doesn't work, because I do require cool down periods. I meant to mention 2 other things. The first one being swimsuits. I usually have 1 or 2, so I'll put one here, etc. And then in the medical bag, I always have polysporin as well. But I only have 1 right now, so it's not in my packed bag because we are not on our way out. And then I always weigh to make sure, based off of the carrier's requirements for checked bags. And that is actually everything. So that's all there is to it. Now all you have to do is have a vacation ready, and 2 tickets later, you'll be on your way. I hope this video helped. And let me know if you have any questions or anything that I missed in this packing video specifically for your medium checked size.